The definition of global citizenship that we were working with this semester is it is a way of living that recognizes our world as an increasingly complex web of connections and interdependencies, one in which our choices and actions may have repercussions for people and communities locally, nationally, or internationally. So I decided that for my reflective pieces, I was actually going to break down each week and share my thoughts on what we did, just because I do think that there was a significant amount of material that will certainly impact my teaching this semester. But to start with that definition of global citizenship, I do think it's important to really encourage students to particularly empathize with other people whenever you're teaching any kind of lesson. It's a lot easier for me as an English teacher, and I usually try to find stories and poetry and really even nonfiction pieces that allow my students to experience a world outside of their own, and one that is particularly foreign to them, despite the fact that there are people who are having the same kinds of experiences that they are. And I also thought it was particularly interesting to look at this idea that global citizenship allows students to stand up more for themselves and to also become more skilled in evaluating the ethics in terms of their actions and the impact that their actions have. And I think what's really helpful in doing that is, again, to just encourage students to have other perspectives. And the only way for them really to do that is to have access to materials that allow them to have those kinds of experiences. So one way that I really would like to do that this semester is to give my students, like I said, stories, poetry by authors that may be of color, to also give them pieces by authors who come from other countries, and really have them think about the impact of the universal experience. Everybody, all human beings experience the same kinds of emotions. And if I can get my students to really think about that, then I think that that will also impact their global citizenship and how they view the world.